share desktop. Yeah, so I hope that you are able to see my desktop now with the Scratch screen. So in case of Scratch, we have not yet. Just let me know whether you are fine. Let me cross check that you. Yeah, thank you. In case of Scratch, actually, we have seen lot many things since first, right from getting to know to this particular IDE or the screen that we have, getting to know about the palette like motion, looks, sound, events, and so forth. We even got to know the differences between the tabs like code, costumes, and sounds. We have played with them. As far as the code is concerned, yes, we are learning the programming, so hence we have dealt with this palette every day. Costumes, yes, we have seen many of the ways. We have even seen how we can create our costumes, or we can say the backdrop. Even we have tried creating it. As far as the sounds are concerned, yes, sounds can be taken. The by default sound as this cat, it is new. If you want to have the new sounds, we have seen there are so many other sounds are even available that we can take it. Okay, we have started with very basic programming, saying hello world as we have seen in Python. Slowly we have moved up to add certain sounds, to check some of the events basically which are very popular and must in Scratch, because you should be knowing when what should happen. So we have seen what happens when green flag is clicked, or any key is clicked, or maybe the sprite is clicked. So we have seen n number of things. As far as the controls are concerned, yes, we have seen how we can use wait, then forever, repeat, if, and so forth. In case of sensing, yes, we have seen whether it is touching to any of the border, or you may have the other things. So in a sense, yes, you can now use the other options as well. It is not possible to cover everything, but yes, we have tried to cover almost everything. We can even played with asking the things. We have seen, yes, Scratch can interactively work. It can ask you the questions, it can get the answer from you, and so forth. So many things we have learned in that. Again, few basic, you can say, a few advanced things that we have to see lastly. But yes, it is more than that. So sky is the limit in case of Scratch. And very first, I need to congratulate all of you, specifically to name right from Vedang. Maybe he is not available today, I don't know. So Vedang, he is 6 years old, and yes, he has done very nicely the game that you have seen and you have appreciated. Yes, we need to appreciate our every member, and that is to the little ones, right? Because he was struggling for that particular game for 2 days. His father added that, and he came up on his own. He didn't take any help from his parents. So that is why I asked you to congratulate him and praise him. The second thing is, I guess, Gargi. Yes, Gargi has put it uh, before, and immediately after I sent, she had messaged me on personal how to do this, and she had asked me the questions in a way, and yes, she did the fabulous job, and I really liked it because she has that sense of the current thing that are happening. So on Corona, she did a very nice thing, and yes, very thoughtful. So thank you, Gargi, and I congratulate you as well. And then Kundan, yes, Kundan, right from first, even I can say that before we could start with the Scratch session, Kundan was trying with some of the games in Scratch. So he did really beautiful job in that he tried n number of things. Maybe not shared, I guess. She had Kundan has shared, I guess, only one extra game or two extra games. Yes, but I am sure that he has tried more than that. So I really want to personally congratulate you. And one more thing I would like to congratulate, I guess that person is not there and he couldn't get how to share the project, Gaurav. So he also tried with two games, but he was absent, I guess, for that session wherein I showed how to share the project and he couldn't share. So he just had a video of it and he um, WhatsApp me, and hence that particular project is not there on the group. But yes, I would like to personally congratulate you all and appreciate you all. Yes, you have taken nice effort, and I can say that you have a nice future in the programming if you see, because now you can visualize the things. Fine. So today, as in last, we are going to touch even game plus something new to learn, and then we are going to end our session. Now what happened is, up till now we have played with everything. We have played with the sprites, we have played with the backdrops as well. Now let's try something new today. Now something new in the sense, what you just asked, Priya, what you are going to show us today. I'm not going to show you today something different which is not there in Scratch, but yes, just to invoke, just to provoke your creativity or thinking, you can say. What happens is, when I ask you to go for the sprite, you click here and you just select any of the sprite from the given. If whatever is not there, correct? As I asked you lastly, in case of ask, typically it will ask you but it will not say it. There is no voice attached to it. So what you will do? So the thing is that you can create your voice, you can upload your sound, correct? Or you may talk and you may record your sound, correct? The similar thing over here. Let me check, anybody is asking me any question. Why is this breaking? Okay, hello, I'm just waiting, I'm taking a pause for a few seconds, and now let me know whether it's still breaking. Hello everyone, still it is breaking? Now am I clear? My voice is clear? Yes. Thank you. Fine. So likewise, I will show you today how we can have the new sprites. Nothing else. You have to go here and say upload. Now today I have downloaded some of the sprite. One is called as space background. Oh, so sorry. That is not the sprite. The sprite is this, the astronaut. So this is the astronaut and this is the sprite that I have taken. And same thing with the backdrop. So if you don't have any backdrop, so you can even copy and paste it, right? Okay. Then nothing else. I don't want to do anything with this sprite. So automatically when you text it, it will just show you this painting wherein you can paint and you can change anything. So we have seen earlier. We are not going to do anything with this. Let's go back to our code. Okay. So what exactly we are going to do? Frankly speaking, I am not going to do anything as interactive or animation over here, but just will try to give you some idea of the different things. Like very first we have seen how I can upload or how I can have the sprite as well as the backdrop from outside world. You are not limited. There is the thing is that in Scratch you are not only limited to the things that are given. If you are thinking of a story, you can even take the pictures from the outside world and you can use it. Correct? Similarly, then let's go ahead. Now, what I'm going to do is nothing as usual. We have the event and usual event when this flag is clicked. Now what to do? Now let's say I want this astronaut is just introducing himself. So let's say say let's say hello, I am astronaut say Kim. Now typically I'm going to go with step by step. You can then check it out this code. Once you can modify code, correct? Then I'll wait for that. Fine. Now next, what I have to do is, I want to do is, uh, whenever this astronaut is there, he is in the space, I want to do certain calculations, and for that reason I'll require the time. So here today we are going to see how we can create our own variables and how to use them, or how to use the calculation in a way. That's it, nothing else. So once this astronaut has introduced himself, we want him to say something different more. He will ask you to take action. So once again we'll say press space bar. Correct? So let's see. After this, he is asking for press space bar. So for 1 second, he will be doing that. Then what? We need to sense whether user has pressed the space bar. So go to sensing and check whether we have, sorry, yeah, go to control and we have to say design. I'm not going to use if, I'm going to use wait, and it is wait until, and here I have this wait until E space pressed. Correct? Now until you press spacebar, it is going to do something. What exactly it is going to do? Something. So now we are going to create our own variable. What we are going to do is, we want to calculate the time taken by the user to press that spacebar. Getting? We are going to take the time taken by the user to press the spacebar. So we have given the message to the user. We are going to wait till user presses the spacebar, and now we want to have something. So let's first in that case create a variable. Now you will have certain variables I don't want to use. I want to show you how we can do that. So here is your variable, and my variable name is time. So variable name can be anything. I'm just calculating the time, so hence I have given the name of the variable as time. Now always select that it is available for all the sprites. Hence in future, if you add few more sprites, still it will be available. Okay, so it has started showing you the time. Now very first, what you can do is, you may have one more thing that is available here in Sratch, called as reset timer. Now there is a timer. Always remember that in any programming, whenever there is a graphics and there is a visual kind of a thing, there is always a timer available. So this timer will always start per second, millisecond, whatever. So we are saying that before doing anything, please reset the timer. And we want to show how much seconds have been elapsed since user pressed the spacebar, or how much time user has taken to press the spacebar. Very first, once again I am repeating the steps, then we'll go further. The whole intention of this particular Scratch program is to just make you aware of 2 to 3 things. First is how we can import, we call it as import the sprites as well as backdrop from other locations. We have done that. The second thing, we have to learn how we can declare the variables in Scratch, may be different than whatever they are available. We have earlier used the answer variable, which is already there. So we are not going to use that. I want to declare that. How to declare that? The third thing is that to use the calculation part of it, and then how we can manipulate the result even, correct? So, and we are displaying. So in that case, very first we are saying that astronaut is there in the space, and he is going to help you. He is going to help you in calculating the distance traveled by the spaceship. For example, it is not. I'm not sure of what calculation I'm going to show you. It would be correct one. Just to take a demo purpose, right? So what we are doing is we are saying that normally whatever is the time you have, so multiplied by 7 is the speed of the spaceship. It is just somewhere I read earlier also, something like that, 7 or any value can be there. So to get that time, so we are saying that till user presses the space bar, your spaceship would have traveled this much distance in a space, correct? So that is just the intention of this program. We want to show how long a spaceship would have gone in the time or in the seconds that user has taken to press the space bar. So hence we have asked user to press space bar. It is not only space bar, it can be anything. I have chosen right now the space bar. So after hitting the space bar, we are going to reset the timer. And then what? I want to show how much time user has taken into the timer. So let's say I want to show how much time user has taken. So I need to go to save because I want to show it to user. Fine. Now what? I want to show that you have taken this much of time. So in that case, I would like to go for join and rejoin. So instead of hello, I would like to have joined. Now what I want to do is I want to show a message that you have taken, then the exact time, and that time is in seconds. So three things I want to show it to you. The message, time taken, the actual time that you have taken to press the space bar, and the unit of the time as seconds. So if you see join allows me to join only two things, and hence I require one more join in this. So let's again go and find out join, and here it is, and see what I'm doing is in case of first app I'm putting it, correct? So I'm putting it, you have taken, and here I will say seconds. Now you need to have a space before and after so that it will leave it. Oh, you have taken. Okay. Now instead of banana, I would like to show the timer. Now what to do about the timer? Now don't worry about the timer. Timer is already available over here to us. We are going to use the same. Correct? This is not the variable time. We have declared the variable time for some different purpose. In bit we have the timer variable that we are going to take it, and here we are going to put it, right? So let me check first once again. Still my voice is breaking, everyone? I'm again taking pause. Now let me know. Still my voice is breaking? Okay. Okay. Now see, once again I'll repeat the last step, which is very important. I'll put another controls and I'll let you know what we did. So see, what I wanted to show is I wanted to show that the user has taken this many seconds to press a space bar. So as we wanted to show some message to the user, we have say block. Now we have to say three things to the user. First is a very fixed message, that is you have taken. Then we wanted to show the value that of the time that user has taken, and again the unit of the time that is taken. So there are three things that we have. So typically whenever we want to show multiple messages, join comes to. So we join. If you see join has only two things that we can have here. So as I have to specify three things, I took one more join and I put it in the first place and I formed this. Correct? Now the thing is that as far as timer is concerned, it is the same timer that we have available in Scratch. We haven't declared it, it is already there. Correct? So it is saying that this many seconds. So let's try. Before going further, let me try, because I am suspecting this code. So let's see. So it is saying that press a space bar. So let me press a space bar. Oh, it is saying it has taken 0 seconds. Anyone would like to correct me? Somewhere I have made a slight logical error over here. The thing is that it is showing me, huh? Anyone is who? Somebody is trying. Okay. The thing is that for the reset timer, what I did is I waited till the space bar and then reset the timer. So this was the wrong place. So maybe somewhere here I would have written it. So let's say done. It is saying that you have taken this many seconds. Okay. So now what I want to do is, in this 3 seconds, whatever it is, how much distance spaceship would have traveled. I want to show that. Correct? So here we are going to have now one more variable. We are going to declare it as distance. So we have declared two variables and both of them are shown here. So let's do this. Okay. Yep. So it is showing us. The very next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one set thing. So what I'm doing is, this timer is anyway, it is the continuous. Once you have taken on the script block, it starts running automatically. So what I want is, I want to track the time that user has taken to press the space bar. Correct? So the thing is that I want to save that value, otherwise it will run out. So what I'm doing is, I'm saying that we have a time variable and we have the timer available. So I'm saying that please copy the value of timer to time. Correct? So whatever is the time user has taken, that will be now copied over here. Now the next thing, we want to calculate the distance that user has, sorry, that spaceship has traveled in the given time. So what to do? Once again, I need to go for set. Now as far as distance 2 is concerned, I am going to work on the formula. So my formula contains the multiplication. As I told you, in general it is time into 7. So I have here that formula in the operator. So what I'll do is say distance 2, this into this. So this into this means what? So time to 7 is the fixed value that I'll put here. Now time is our variable that we are going to find it out. So go to the variables palette, take your time and put it and this. Need to put here and this two put here. Right? So we are saying that please calculate your time and put it into distance. Now I want to show this. So again I'll say, so we'll go to the loops and use say typically. So I'm going to use a variable out here distance. Let's set it. So just check it out how it works. So once again it is saying press a space bar. Till I press the space bar on counting. So it is 43.9. I'm not getting anything out of this. So what I have to, here it has not displayed any message how much time it has taken. So yes, we'll remove this and we'll introduce the wait block. So this is how you have to program. So I'll say wait so that user can read, then apply this logic. And as far as the distance is concerned, it is saying 49. Hence I just the distance. Again we'll go to the operators and again join. So I say join. Once again one more join. So here in this case I will say that the spaceship have traveled and this is the distance and it is kilometers. Correct? So let's try what happens now. So this thing, press a space bar. So I'm taking more time purposely. So press the space bar and see. It is saying that the speed have traveled 40 kilometers till the time you press the space bar. Now the thing is that it is displaying us something floating point value, decimal. Don't want that. So again what? Again we have the function available here called as round. So get it here. I'll put the distance here. We are rounding off, that means we are showing only whole numbers. And over here we'll just ask it to wait for minimum 2 to 3 seconds so that we can read it out. Here as well I may say 2 seconds so that I can properly read it out. And let's go. Again it is saying a space bar. Yeah, I have pressed the space bar. So 4 seconds and 52 kilometers the spaceship would have traveled. Got it? So this is how Scratch helps you in using declaring variables. So we have used the round function, as in case of Python we have used upper lower kind of a thing. Here we have used the round function. Again I explained the last time the purpose of this particular Scratch game or the program was to introduce you with certain things, that is how you can have your own sprite and the backdrop. Second thing, how you can declare your own variable and use them. The third thing is that how you can use the functions like round in that, correct? Or the join, how you can use join in different way. We have already joined, but over there we have only 2 values to be joined together. Here in this case we are having 3. So very first we have uploaded, that means I have uploaded those 2 images. So we say that we have uploaded these images to the Scratch and we have used that backdrop as well as the astronaut. Then we introduce the astronaut. My name is Kim, Tim, whatever you want to have. The next thing we have learned that instead of using is, instead of using repeat or the loop, we may have something called as wait until. So until you press the space bar, it is going to wait on the screen. Nothing will happen. So whatever time you want to take, you can take it. Once you press space bar, it will come out and now it will show you how much time you have taken to press that space bar. And to do that, we have used the timer variable which is inbuilt to the Scratch. So it will go on counting the time in seconds, how much time you have taken. Then we have used two join operators. Why so? Because a single join helps us join only two values, whereas we were having three. Two messages and one is variable. Correct? So as they were three, so we have used two join conditions, two join operators in say. So now in the first say it is saying that you have taken whatever is the time and the seconds as the unit. Then the next thing is that user should be able to read that properly. So we have given some moment for the user, so it will wait on the screen. The message will be displayed for 3 seconds. After that, we have said that please copy the value of timer into time. Why? Because timer, as soon as it is taken onto the script, it starts running. So when you say reset the timer, we set it back to 0, otherwise value would be something different. So we are resetting back to 0 and we are starting counting. So it is still running. So we are saying that if it goes on running, then it will give us the wrong calculation. Hence we are saying whatever is the value of the timer user has taken, please copy it in the variable that we have declared, that is of time. Variable name again can be anything, but as it is storing the time, so the variable name is time. The next thing is that we wanted to calculate the distance covered by the spaceship. As we know that it is space, so there is a difference in the speed, or you can say the distance traveled. So normally it is said that time into 7, whatever is the value, that many kilometers. So we have the time into seconds, and we are saying that multiply by 7 and store that value into distance. But if you see that distance earlier, it was a huge floating point number which may not be sensible, which may not be useful for us, because as a human we always prefer to have some round numbers, and hence before displaying it we rounded it off, and we are now displaying the exact value that we are actually habituated to read. So this program has, even though it is very short, not a game, but it's really a program like thing which has introduced you the concept that was remaining there for variables, right? So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, please do ask me, because this is the last session that we have for the Scratch. Keep on posting your games if you have created newly, the concept that you have uh, known into the group. So now if you are posting your games in the group, please try to mention anything that if you have used newly that may not be covered in the session. So I have just tried to give you the idea of programming, and that too in an interesting way. So how you can create the games as well as you can create the logic behind the program. You can here visually see what is happening, when it has to happen, and why it is not happening, and so forth. So Scratch has just helped us to build our logic. So it is not just we are going to stop, but yes, we are going to start after this, because this will help you building your logic. You may have, or you will create n number of games which will really build your logic for the next programming or next your career, whatever you have. So it helps us programming, solving the problems, right? Once again, if you have any questions, you can ask me. No issues. Anytime, not even right now, later on as well. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Give your feedback into the group or maybe personally, whether you liked it, whether you would want to have certain more programs like this in future, you would be interested, and so forth, whatever you want to specify. And I really felt very nice with you all. It was really exciting that I could just talk to you. Uh, so I'll say all the best for your future career options or future life, and all the best from my side. And there is a question. No, as far as Gargi, actually, if anybody has shared the project, then there should not be any problem as such, because there is only two ways: either you share the project, and otherwise you can open in the browser. That's it. There is no any other way. If you don't have a laptop, then there is no other way to see it. Those are the only two things that we have available. So thank you, Gunotham. Nice to see you here. So I hope I'm done